Funding is provided by a grant from New York State Senator Cathy Young, representing Western New York's 57th District with a local office in Olean. Funding is provided by a grant from Absolute Care of Westfield, committed to returning the favor to those who spent a lifetime caring for others. Absolute Care is located at 26 Cass Street in Westfield. Dave Cass and Rick Newell provide funding on behalf of the Lakeview Hotel and Restaurant at the Docks, located on Water Street near the lake in Mayville. From the Access Channel 5 television studio in Mayville, it's Senior Report with Reed Powers. Senior Report is broadcast live throughout northern Chautauqua County on Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. each week. Call in and share a thought, make a comment, ask a question, or simply wish someone a happy birthday on Chautauqua County's only live call-in senior program. Since 1995, Reed has been bringing viewers hundreds of interesting guests, informing the community on a variety of subjects. Here's the host of the show, Reed Powers.
And good morning out there. I see I'm looking fine. There we go. We have a great guest today. And I will say this, she's up here in this beautiful hills. The hills are all white, even though there's no snow, but the dew has given us some real nice frost, and it's just gorgeous. Cathy Young is our senator for a number of years, does a great job, and I did a study on it. You brought more money per annum average since you've been here into Chautauqua County than any other state senator. I want to congratulate you on that. That's fantastic. And she does a lot of good work. She's probably the best senator in New York State. And I think we should throw every one of them out excepting Cathy. But everybody feels that way. No, I don't really believe that. I do believe we should throw everybody in Congress out, though. Because Congress is for the rich, of the rich, and by the rich at this point. You know, they had 25% increase in income, the Congress, in wealth last year. Now, that's hard to believe in this country. As you know, Cathy, for years I've been saying everybody's in the Arab countries, they're all rioting on the street. And I said, well, 1% of the country owns 80% of all the wealth, or 90%, they said, some say. We should be on the streets. Well, look what's happening. All right. At any rate, it's a great time. Happy Veterans Day coming up to all the veterans that gave so much and are still giving, a lot of them, a lot of support to our troops, and many of them are actually fighting. How many do we have in Afghanistan? I think we still have about 90,000 or something. And they just canned one of the top generals over there because he questioned whether Afghanistan's a good idea right now. And they canned him, and he's out. And I guess apparently you can't question what's going on over there, although obviously they don't like us there, and they're killing us right and left as fast as they can, and they're taking all our money, and God knows what's going to happen. And it's, what are we going to get out of it? Same as we're got out of Vietnam. We're going to run like hell when when everybody's fed up with the whole thing, and people made enough money on the war. All right. At any rate, guys. Lots of things happening around. I want to give a tip of the hat to Andy Rooney. I mean, in '92, he was on television doing a very wonderful, dry commentary for the last few minutes of 60 Minutes. And started out in Stars and Stripes, as a matter of fact, which is the military, during World War II. And 30 years on television. Can you imagine that? 30 years on television. I'm afraid to retire now. He retired 3 weeks ago, and he's gone. But at any rate, Andy, wherever you are, God bless you. It's wonderful knowing you over the years. Now, I want to comment on what we see on television itself, besides Andy Rooney going. And one of the little programs, Gupta, he's the doctor who does a lot of commentary, and he pointed out something which I think everybody should be aware of, and that is there is... Of course, organ transplant is very important. Before you die, give your healthcare proxy the word and fill out a form. You don't even have to fill a form out. You say, I want to have You can have it on your driver's license. You want your transplant. You want to give away any part of you they want. Well, maybe they could save one part. Me, any part though they can have it, and you'll save a lot of lives, or make a lot of lives better. Eyes and lungs and liver. You don't need them anymore. You're finished. You know, I'm going to be cremated, so what do I care? So at any rate, make sure you fill out a donor card and your license, or tell somebody, let everybody know you want, when your final days are here, you want to give it up. Also, something you can do, just like giving blood. People imagine that bone marrow transplant's a big deal, very expensive, painful. It's not for the donor. They've got a new system now where they give you a treatment which overloads your marrow production, and it begins to make too much bone marrow just a couple of days before you go in for the transplant. And they give you this, and it goes, what the bone marrow does is say, hey, we got too much now. They slop it out into the blood. They have a system for filtering it out of your blood. And you go in just like giving blood, and a few minutes later you walk away with a little bandage and a congratulations. They take the bone marrow cells, which they've now collected, filter them out, and give them to some poor guy or woman who's going to die if they don't get it within probably a few weeks. So, and it saves about a third of everybody. Half of the people that would have died are saved, we'll put it that way. I got a phone call already. What do you think?
That's great.
Let's take it. Good morning, caller. Thank you for waiting.
Good morning. This is Dick Fry, Dunkirk, New York.
Okay, well, hi.
How are you, Reed?
Well, you know, I got to have you come on someday.
Yes. Senator, how are you today?
I'm great, Mayor. How are you?
Great. It's just wonderful. I have a great weekend going. I got to see you yesterday over in Jamestown. Now I get to talk to you.
Yeah, that was great. We were actually at the retirement celebration for Catherine Way, and she was the library system director for Cattaraugus and Chautauqua County, and she's retiring, so the mayor was there for that.
Yeah.
Well, Catherine has done so much for my wife over here at the Dunkirk Free Library, and Patty was so appreciative of it and asked me if I'd go over to the reception. I thought, well, I certainly owe her that for all the dragging around I've done to her for the last 10 years.
Well, how about that?
Yeah, that's right. But Cathy, you know you're still my favorite senator.
I know, and I always say to you, I'm your only senator. I'm your only state senator, so.
But I see that you had a promotion yesterday. You're only going to have to campaign every 6 years now.
Yes, I was introduced yesterday at the library as a U.S. senator, so.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Yeah, so no more of this 2 years then.
that's not a promotion. I don't think I want to go to Washington.
Yeah.
Cathy, I can't thank you enough for all that you do for the city of Dunkirk and northern Chautauqua County and your whole district. You've been a great representative. Dunkirk and western New York here in this area, this little niche that we have up here, been very blessed with two gracious ladies.
I can tell by this is your husband calling in.
Well, Mayor, thank you for that, and I have to say to you, thank you for everything that you do. I mean, we've had some great projects happen in Dunkirk with the incubator, where I think we have 13 fledgling companies now there that are starting up, and that was done in downtown Dunkirk, where you revitalized a certain part of the city in conjunction with SUNY Fredonia, and I think that's great. So you have some jobs going on there. And some of the historical buildings that we've been able to renovate, and the downtown, the waterfront, I mean, it's been really great.
Well, it's been an ambitious one, and but I appreciate all that you do for us on a daily basis. I know you're working on an issue for me right now with one of our clubs, which I appreciate greatly, and I know they do. And Cathy, you're a welcome breath of fresh air whenever you walk into the city of Dunkirk.
Well, thanks, Mayor.
And you have a great day, and it's a beautiful day. It had to be a beautiful drive over this morning.
It was a little crisp, but it was good.
Reed, tell your lovely wife we said hello, my wife and I.
Well, of course, thank you.
And you have a great day, both of you.
Okay,
Thank
Mayor
you.
Fry, thank you very much.
Thanks
Have a
for
good day.
calling.
Bye.
Bye-bye. He's quite a guy, doing a lot of work.
He
over
is.
there, especially since there's so much opposition to bonding. Remember, they just had a bond
Oh, I
that
know.
disappeared on them.
I know. I read about that.
Yeah. All right, Cathy Young is our guest, and we usually do some senior report stuff. I'll just make this, I'm going to abbreviate it, Cathy, okay?
Okay.
We still have to have the senior report, but it'll be very abbreviated, okay? And again, happy Vets Day to everybody. And the AARP meets regularly. If you want to get in touch with them, check with Ellie Deason, and they do a lot of interesting things down there. They had a representative from AARP talking about the Medicaid and the changes in Medicare, which are sometimes grotesque. They took $500 billion out of Medicare last year, and we don't see what the changes are until suddenly we need them, and they say, oh, that's no longer there. He says, contact Higgins and complain about these increases. Well, you'll have a chance to, because you're going to be up here the 10th. He'll be over in Dunkirk somewhere. I don't remember exactly where it is, but I have it somewhere. Seniors are also, if you want to visit the board, meet them at the Pizza Village on November 7th at noon. Members are encouraged to attend and to eat pizza. Dunkirk Senior Board of Directors. We just heard from Mary. He was fun, wasn't he?
Yes, he is. He's great.
What's his first name?
Dick.
Dick. Okay, that's free. Okay, they had a wonderful holiday Halloween parties. Everybody did, and independent health representatives are coming over to the center, and it's just great. They're having, incidentally, a bus trip to the Niagara Falls Casino on November 10th, so you'll miss Higgins. Much more fun to go there. They give you plenty. They give you more money than it costs. You get $20 for the trip, and the trip is free. You get food vouchers for $5. Don't waste any money, though. They'll give you some chips for free. Just use them and get out of there. And whatever you do, if you win, get out. If you lose, get out. Otherwise, you'll go home without a shirt. They're having a November gallop Sunday, November 13th, with a Polish platter. Polish sausage, globaki, and I make globaki. It's cabbage, a roll-up cabbage, a real nice mixture, and oh, gee, it's delicious. A big sauce, yum yum. November 10th, Congress Brian Higgins will be here at an information fair at the center. Now, often Brian Higgins says, he has your Congress on the corner, but he's never there. He sends a representative over, but I guess he's going to be down there in Dunkirk in person. Loretta Hemmick runs the Dunkirk Federated Seniors. She says, don't forget, you got a lot of things coming up. November 8th is voting day, election day. My birthday, too. Do not forget to vote, seniors. We got a whole bunch of people over in Mayville. Joyce Ayers does the job. She says they're going to have a harvest dinner Saturday, November 5th. That is today, ladies and gentlemen, at noon at the Mayville VFW. And let's see, a lot of other things going here. They tell me we're out of time. We've got phone calls piling up for Cathy, and we have a lot of other things going. So that's it. We have an abbreviated senior report of the group of our wonderful senior centers, which are just terrific. We have the greatest senior centers around here, I might add. So I'm going to take a public. Hey, what happened to my? Yeah, I hear you. I'm trying to figure out what happened to my sound. Okay, we got a phone caller. Good morning, caller. Thank you for waiting. You're on.
Good morning. Is Senator Young available?
Yes,
she's right here.
Hi. I just wanted to thank you for getting the funding for the bike path in Dunkirk. It's just wonderful. My family and I use it all the time, and I just want to thank you for getting the funding for that.
Oh my gosh, isn't that great? I'm coming over at some point and I want to take a walk on it just to see it in person, because that, as you know, that was a project that was a long time coming, and I think it's worth the wait though, because all of the reviews that I get are very, very good.
Yes, we can use it at any time. Even now, it's still good to use it this time of year, and I'm sure in the winter time it would still be nice to be able to be walked on.
Yeah, it's great. We have such an asset with the lake there, and it's wonderful. I'm starting to see a lot of creative thinking as far as how do we make that even more of an asset from a recreational standpoint. And it's very important, as you know, from a quality of life standpoint. So I'm just thrilled that people are using it.
Right. It's nice to be able to go from the point down to the other end of the path, and along the way you can stop at the boardwalk that's there, and it's just wonderful.
It really is.